Welcome to today's book review. If you're a fan of romance, humor, and a bit of workplace rivalry, you're in for a treat. In this video, we'll be diving into The Hating Game by Sally Thorne, a captivating romance novel that mixes wit, tension, and heartfelt moments in a way that keeps readers glued to every page. But what makes this book stand out? Why has it captivated so many readers? Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of the plot, characters, and deeper themes of the story, as well as my personal take on it. So, let's dive right in. First, let's talk about the plot. The Hating Game follows the story of Lucy Hutton and Joshua Templeman, two co-workers at a publishing company who are constantly at each other's throats. The two share a competitive and often toxic relationship, playing mind games with one another every day. They're not just colleagues, they're rivals in every sense of the word, competing for the same promotion. However, the tension between them is more than just professional. It's personal, and it soon becomes clear that there's more than just hatred brewing beneath the surface. The story is told from Lucy's perspective, and she's quirky, funny, and a bit of a mess. She's charming and relatable, but there's a real vulnerability to her character that draws readers in. Then there's Joshua, stoic, guarded, and seemingly immune to Lucy's charm. Yet as the story progresses, we begin to see that their relationship is more complex than it initially appears. As you read through the book, you'll notice that the tension between Lucy and Joshua gradually shifts. What starts as a toxic rivalry slowly morphs into something deeper, and before long, the lines between hate and love become dangerously blurred. It's a will-they-won't-they romance, with an added layer of intensity that makes the book so addictive. Now, let's break down some of the themes and deeper layers of the story. One of the key themes of The Hating Game is the power of perception and how it shapes our relationships. Lucy and Joshua's animosity towards each other is built on miscommunication and assumptions. At the start of the book, they're convinced that they hate each other, but as the story unfolds, we see that their rivalry is really just a defense mechanism to hide their true feelings. Another significant theme is the idea of vulnerability in relationships. Both Lucy and Joshua have their own emotional baggage and fears that prevent them from being open with each other. This is something many readers can relate to. The fear of getting hurt or being judged often prevents us from truly connecting with others. The story does a great job of exploring this dynamic and showing how the characters slowly let their guard down as they begin to trust one another. One thing that stands out in this book is the development of the characters. While Lucy starts off as a somewhat naive character, her journey throughout the book is one of self-discovery. She learns to confront her fears, stand up for herself, and ultimately recognize her own worth. Joshua, too, undergoes a transformation as his icy exterior begins to crack, and we see the layers of pain and insecurity he's been hiding. The chemistry between these two is undeniable, and their emotional growth throughout the book is one of the most rewarding aspects of the story. But what about the book's weaknesses? While The Hating Game is certainly a fun, fast-paced read, it does have moments where the plot feels a bit predictable. The enemies-to-lovers trope is a well-known and beloved one, but it's a familiar path that many romance readers have traveled before. In addition, the book's ending may feel a little rushed for some readers who are hoping for a more in-depth resolution. Still, the romance is so well written that it's hard to be too critical of these small flaws. In terms of writing, Sally Thorne has a distinctive voice that blends humor with emotional depth. The dialogue is sharp and witty, and the interactions between the characters feel real and relatable. Thorne does a great job of keeping readers hooked with her snappy writing style and the unpredictable dynamics between the protagonists. But The Hating Game isn't just a love story. It's also a commentary on how competition and societal expectations shape our lives. Both Lucy and Joshua are constantly under pressure to succeed in their careers, which highlights the tension between professional ambitions and personal desires. In a way, the book asks readers to consider what truly matters: success or the ability to love and be loved without barriers. So, who is this book really for? If you enjoy lighthearted romance with emotional depth and a touch of humor, this is definitely a book you should check out. It's perfect for fans of The Rosie Project or The Unhoneymooners. But even if you're not usually drawn to romance novels, The Hating Game has enough depth to engage a wide range of readers. It's not just a love story. It's a story about personal growth, overcoming fears, and the complexities of human relationships. To sum up, The Hating Game is an engaging, witty, and surprisingly emotional read that will keep you hooked from start to finish. Its charming characters, relatable themes, and sizzling romance make it a standout in the genre. Despite a few predictable moments, the book shines because of its emotional depth and the chemistry between its lead characters. If you've already read The Hating Game, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you agree with my analysis? What did you love or not love about the book? Feel free to share your opinions in the comments below. And if you haven't read it yet, what are you waiting for? I highly recommend it. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out on more book reviews and book recommendations in the future. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video with more exciting book reviews. Happy reading!